Morning students, welcome to the class number 3 of C program. The subject name is problem solving technique using C program. Last class I had explained you about algorithm and flowchart, and as well as I had given you some of the examples of flowchart, how it is been represented, how the algorithm is written. So we have seen some of the notations of flowchart also. By continuing the class, let me start with a new topic called as C tokens. Actually, C tokens are the smallest unit of a C program. Whenever you are writing a program, so it requires some of the smallest parts like elements. So how we have atom in physics. Okay, in the same way we have a C tokens which cannot be break for a further level. Okay, so that is called as a C token. See, we have some of the categories of C tokens, so that we have to learn. Okay, we have to understand what are the parts of a C token actually is. So the first is keywords. So keywords are also called as reserved words. Okay, while writing a C program, we come across with some of the words which have to be used with some reserved meaning. Okay, so there are some names which has got its own meaning. So when we speak our own language also, we have some of the words like alphabet. Alphabet has got its own meaning in it. We cannot use the alphabet for plant. Okay, so we cannot change the meaning of the thing. Actually, that word has got its own meaning. So likewise, we have a keyword which is a reserved word which has to be used for that purpose, not for other purpose. One example I'll just tell you here. See, we have a keyword called as printf. One thing you have to remember, that is, while writing a keyword, while using in a program, we must use the keyword with all the letters as lowercase letter. No keywords will be having the uppercase letters. Okay, so I am just writing what? Printf. Actually, why we use print? Print we use it for an output purpose. Okay, so printer. It is also called as what? Output device. Likewise, we have print. F means format. Okay, print format. In short form, we call it as printf. We have to use printf as what? Output statement. I cannot use printf for other purpose. It is actually called as what? Output statement. Again, I have another keyword called as scanf. So it is a meaning. What do you mean by scanner? Scanner is an input device. Likewise, I have a scanf. F stands for what? Format. Scan format. So it is being used for what? Input statement. So printf is used for output statement. Scanf is used for input statement. Likewise, I have if it is used for checking a condition. I have while. It is used for looping purpose, means repeating the things again and again. I have a word called as do. Then we can use a word called as for. See, likewise, I have plenty of keywords. So while writing a program, you will be coming across what? Lot many keywords which has to be learned in a practical way. So just for an example, I have given you these many keywords. So we use these keywords for the purpose of solving the given problem while writing a program, but while writing a program we have to remember these many keywords. Again, we have a word called as void, we have a word called as ch. Okay, so these many keywords you will be remembering. Okay, while you have a practice of writing a program, you will be remembering all the things. So it is a mandatory. Okay, it is a compulsion that we have to remember these many keywords. So let me repeat the definition of a keyword. Keyword is a reserved word and it has got reserved meaning. Okay, while writing a program, keywords plays its own role. Okay, so the important role will be played through keywords. Next we have variables. What do you mean by a variable? Actually, the variables are the placeholders. So like how we have a box. Okay, we place the elements in a box. In the same way, variables holds what? Variable holds, say for an example, I am taking a variable as what? A. It holds some value. I can give any value like 10. So how it is been assigned? It is been assigned through a operator called as equals operator. Okay, so a equals 10. How the value got placed in a variable in a memory way. Okay, so it is been placed from right hand side to left hand side. So the direction will be like this. Okay, so when we use a variable, so which can be used for a changing. Why can't we use 10 directly? I can use a 10 directly, but the value of 10 cannot be changed. But when it is assigned to a variable, I can change like this. A equals a plus 1. What is the value of a right now? A will become 11. Understood? So likewise, we can change the value here. 10 will be replaced with 11. So for this purpose, because the variables we must be needed. Okay, ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ values ಅನ್ನೋದು change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, update ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ we will be using the variables in a conventional process. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So next we have constants. Constants are the opposite word of a variable. So constants ಅಂದ್ರೆ actually we have three subsets, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೂರು subsets ಅಂತ ನಾವು categorize ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So what are those? Integer constant, like numbers. We have all the numbers from 1 to 0 to 9. Okay, we can take any of the values. Everything comes under numeric constant, integer constant. Again, we have a character constant. So we have A, B, C, D up to Z, capital letter. Everything is a character constant. Again, we have a string constant. Okay, so these are all the things which can be concentrated on constants. So when we use a constant, so what happens? So the value cannot be changed. One example, we have a value called as pi. In our last class, if we have seen that video, I have mentioned pi as what? Pi, correct? So the value of a pi is always set to as what? The value of a pi will be 3.14 only. Okay? So the value of 3.14 is never changed. It cannot be changed. So that is the meaning of a constant. Again, we have a special symbol. What do you mean by special symbol? These are all the symbols we have to use. We will be using in a programming. So say for an example, I have a symbol called as hash. We use hash for the preprocessor directives like header files. We use forward slash. We use backward slash. We use plus, minus. So many symbols we will be using. Like one more example is comma operator. We use comma operator to separate two words. Okay, it is been used in a printf statement actually in a specific way. So whenever I use a comma operator, which will be used as what? Separator. It separates the two entities. So these are all the special symbols which comes under what? Special symbols. Again, we have identifiers. So what are identifiers? Actually, identifiers are the key elements in a program which is used to represent. Okay, which represents, like it represents keywords, it represents operators, it represents constants, it represents special symbols. Everything has got its own special meaning in it. So these are all the C tokens which will be used in our C program. So operators, will discuss the operator concept in a further statements, because operators can also be appended to a topic called as C tokens. Okay, next we have the basic structure of C program. So what is the basic structure of C program? See, actually it is just like a backbone. Okay, if you learn this, you can write the program very easily, because the stages you need to identify, it should be very necessary. Okay, now necessarily you need to identify what are the stages of a program. See, the first level, the level 1 of a C program will always be taken as what? Documentation section. What do you mean by documentation section? See, it is also called as comment section. So when you want to write a comment to any program, not like a Facebook comment, it is just like a unexecutable part of a program. So when we have a comment, so it is been categorized into two ways: single line comment and we have a multiple line comment. So this single line comment is used in a same line. Within a one line, if I want to specify something, okay, about a program, it can be written in double slash, that is single line comment. If I want to describe the program or else a statement, particular statement in multiple lines, so we have to mention a thing in a what is the procedure called as slash with the asterisk and asterisk with the slash. In a reverse process, you can mention this with the multiple lines. Okay. So whenever you write anything within a comment, what it is being considered? It is being considered as non-executable code. So whatever you write, if you write your name also, that will not be printed on a screen. Okay, ನೀವೇನು ಬರೆದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಯೂಸರ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವೇನಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ we use the comments. Okay, ಬೇರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೂಸರ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, we write the program for the system, not with the documentation section. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ we have preprocessor section. See, preprocessor section includes the header files. So header files, it includes the symbolic constants also. So these are all the things we have to learn in a specific way. See, preprocessor directives always starts from what? Hash. Okay, it always starts from hash. It has got some of the inclusions like hash include. Okay, then we can mention the lesser than symbol, which will be opening up. That folder will be accessible to the file. The file access ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು file? Actually, the file name I can just take it as an example here, stdio.h. Okay ನಾ, ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಲೆಸರ್ ದೆನ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ನಡುವೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ C++ ಓದೋರಿಗೆ ಇದೇನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, they would have been used with iostream.h. okay, so hash include iostream.h, but we are using in a C program, we don't have iostream.h because we are not using in a stream wise, we are using in a standard input output. Okay, stdio ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Standard input and output. .h always stands for header files. Okay, .h, .mp3, .jpg ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So this is an example of preprocessor sections. Okay, again next we have global declaration section. ಈಗ earlier I had just told you what are variables. Okay, variables ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ನಾವು. ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್, another is global variable. Global variable ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The variable which is being visible to entire program. ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Again we just observe here local variable. Local ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, only within the flower brackets, not outside the flower brackets. Okay, ಆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ವಿಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That is called as global declaration section. Again we have a function which is called as main function. Function is always been identified with what? Parenthesis. ಅರ್ಥಾಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ಯಾರಂಥೆಸಿಸ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರನೇ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, because that is the rule of writing a program. Again with this function we can enable the block. ಆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು with the help of curly braces. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಂಥೆಸಿಸ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಪ್ಯಾರಂಥೆಸಿಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅನುಮತಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So we can write our own statements. Okay, so for an example, I'll just write one program here. First I'll take a documentation section with what? Single line command. So here I'll just write a thing called as demo program ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋಣ. ಡೆಮೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್ ವಾಟ್? ಡೆಮೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಅಗೇನ್ preprocessor ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್? hash include stdio.h. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸದ್ಯದ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೆಡರ್ ಫೈಲ್ ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ several other header files also, so that you can remember the things. Again, I am not using any global declaration because I do not use any global variables. Directly what I will do, I will go for a main. So I need to mention a function called as main function. With this I am opening a block. Okay, here I am not taking local variables also. Directly I am going for what? Statements. Statements ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಓಕೆ, I had explained in keywords, that is called as printf. So printf, I just write hello students. Hello students ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ I will be using a get ch to close the block. Okay, get ch ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. get ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು, ch ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. ಯಾವಾಗ ರನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ when the program is executed, at that time we need one character to terminate the program, otherwise you will not see this. ಈ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಂದೆ ಕಾಣಿಸೋ ತರ ಒಂದು ವಿಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕೊಡೋದು get ch actually. Okay, so these are all the things we need to learn. This is a program, a simple first basic program. This prints the statement called as hello students. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೈನ್ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವಾಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. Documentation section is for comments. Pre-process section is for header files. Global declaration for variable declared in a global. And main function is a compulsory function in all the C programs, so it has to be mentioned. Main function, then the block will be opened, then we can write the local variable and as well as statements. ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ? ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, so that it will be easy for you to refer at future.